I've already mapped out, not mapped out, but like planned out what I think every area needs to be now. So I've got a rough idea.
Right, let me load the stream up and I'll check it out.
Just turn these lights off. Right, I remixed the second scene because this scene is going to be the other side of the street. I just need to delete some of the buildings and that. Big Mr. X.
It's quite funny because a lot of the buildings are the same as mine on my world.
I know there's not a big selection of worlds to be honest, buildings to be honest.
Buildings, I know there's not. It's quite limited.
Yeah, just need to make do with what you've got really.
It'd probably take it'd take a while to create your own or sculpt your own building as well. So
yeah, a bit too long.
Yeah.
But I will do it eventually. But I'm going to leave it till the end because I don't want to waste my time sculpting something and then I don't actually use it.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically this is where you're going to go next on the other side.
So this is where the hospital is going to be then? Like,
not directly, but I'm going to put like a couple of more streets. Right. I was thinking like, because the other character, he's going to come from the alleyway, but I want to block the alleyway behind like a fence. So, you know, in like Resident Evil 2, they had the basketball court. Do some kind of court, and there's some kind of fence blocking the path between you both. And then you talk through the fence, and then... I don't want to pure copy Resident Evil, but I was thinking like if I could get like a bus or something and go in the bus, because I quite liked that scene in the second game. So if I could find a bus and go inside that, and I want to put an ambulance that you can go inside just to find maybe ammo or something. Other than that, I just want to make this big stretch of road up to the hospital.
Is this like your third scene? Or where's the job centre?
Well, this is scene. The job centre was up here. I deleted it though because I don't need it. But once you go into the job centre, you do several scenes inside the job centre, and then once you get the fire extinguisher, you come all the way back here in scene 2, and there'll be a fire here that you can put out.
Right.
So now we're on the other side. So we can ignore everything here, you can ignore, I'm just using it as a reference, but I'm going to delete it all. But we're just continuing on this path here now. So it's just going to be experimental until I can actually figure out what I'm going to do. Have you thought more about your levels?
Nah, I've not really played in a while to be honest. I've been occupied with other games at the moment, so hoping to get back into it once I've kind of caught up in my list of games that I need to get through.
Yeah.
I might just do like wee bits at a time, like not focus like too much on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, just doing like wee bits at a time, really.
Yeah. It's quite hard to come up with ideas and something that people are going to like, and it's going to be fun and not boring.
That's why I just need to experiment and then see what's good and what's bad.
Yeah.
Because nothing you put down is final, you know.
Yeah, well, I suppose you could always change it if you like.
Yeah, because I'm going to change everything. Once I learn how to make my own stuff, I'm going to make my own buildings, I'm going to make all my own zombies, everything.
So you're going to kind of bring it out as a game and then you're going to remake it, or you're just going to wait?
I'll put the demos out as like a rough version, and then the full game will be the polished one. You can always update the game as well. You don't have to, because if you update the scenes, the graphics or whatever, it can transform it into a completely different game. What kind of courts do we have? There's a big basketball court, but it's like 100% graphics. Like, what the hell?
That would be one scene alone, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what do you think would be better? A basketball court or a tennis court?
Basketball court.
I guess a tennis court is a bit too fancy for this side of town.
A bit posh.
Yeah.
We're saying that there's tennis courts in Paisley, so...
Just on the street?
Pretty much, yeah.
There's literally only one basketball court, but it's huge. Oh. That's weird. It says 100% in the menu, but when I imported it, it was only 3%. I'm not sure.
Strange, isn't it?
I'm not sure how it works, but oh well, we got it in. Right, there we go.
Are you going to downscale it a bit as well, or are you just going to leave it the way it is?
I'm going to leave everything until I have a problem, and then I'll put everything down, you know.
Yeah.
So the gate's on the other side, so the guy, the second character, he'll come from that side, and then the girl character, she's going to come on this road, and it's pretty much going to be, they're going to see each other through this bit in the fence. I just need to make maybe one more building just to separate it from the other scene. But I think it'll be good, because once I've got the hospital mapped out, because I know all the areas, I just need to figure out gameplay wise what everything's going to be like. And so I'm not sure if, like, in a hospital, if it makes more sense to have certain sections together.
Are you looking for more of a kind of serious vibe to it, or are you looking for more of a kind of fun, kind of over the top?
I think it'll be serious in the end, to be honest.
Right, okay. It's just so I know for ideas, like I don't want to say, like, add a Pokemon in the bushes or something, you know?
I mean, you still could as an Easter egg, just for fun.
Yeah.
Because we still need to put your cameo in, so...
Am I going to be someone sitting in the toilet pan?
Aye.
Doing a big shit?
Your deed. Could put, if I get good at painting, I could put up like a wanted poster, and it's looking for you.
Just find a picture of a guy with a six pack and that should be like identical.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be good, because right now it's all just a rough draft.
Yeah, just setting the tone and then you can edit it as you please.
Yeah. But I can already see how it's going to turn out. Like, in my head, I can see everything, like all the scenes and stuff. So why is this not aligned properly? Do you think the game should be quite hard?
Just trying to think, like, are you wanting it to be more action based or more kind of
just like
horror?
A classic survival horror?
Yeah, I'd make it difficult, but just maybe like not Dark Souls difficult.
Yeah. Because if people are playing survival horror games, they know what to expect, I guess. Because it's in Dreams, maybe people are more critical. Like, it's too hard, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking maybe I should just make an easy mode, and then people can choose.
I feel like with Dreams as well, if it's not kind of something easy to play and short and simple, a lot of folk will just go, oh, I can't be arsed playing that.
That's it. This ain't going to be short and simple. It's going to be like a full game.
Yeah, it needs to be appealing. Definitely needs to be appealing for, I would say, for people to want to sit and play it all.
Yeah.
Well, you need to think like how exactly you're going to like have it play out, or to keep people wanting to play more.
Yeah.
There needs to be like a strong storyline maybe, and a good main character to go by.
Yeah. I mean, I've already got pretty good voice actors, so that shouldn't be a problem. Japanese bus. Let's try to find a bus and an ambulance. A school bus. Put some zombie children in. I remember like people were complaining because there were no zombie children in Resi 2. And then when Days Gone came out, there's zombie children and everyone complained. So
you can't win, can you? The world is full of bitches.
I shot all those children, I'm not gonna lie. I bludgeoned them.
I would have done the same if they were trying to eat me.
I've got a Japanese bus.
But the question is, what would Mrs. Green Day do? Or Mr. Green Day?
That's his code name.
Would he have shot the kids, or would they have just moaned about how shit it is and how sad and pathetic it was, or you just don't know. He's a bit of a kind of Jekyll and Hyde, that character. One minute he's could be okay, next minute he's stabbing you in the fucking back.
I know. Can't trust anybody. Thinking, because this bus, I think it's got 2 doors, but I don't know, can I open this door? Let me see. I can just delete it, can't I? I'm going to put, I found a bus that has 2 doors, so you can enter one door and leave out the other door. And then I'll just block, I'll block the other side. It's kind of like Resi 2, but screw it, I like Resi 2.
You should put a big fucking, like a big fire engine, right?
A fire engine?
Yeah. And you should have firefighters, like zombie firefighters. If it's possible.
With axes?
Yeah. And like, no top on.
Think about the children.
You should do a strip club.
A strip club?
Yeah, and put like naked zombie women in it.
You thought this one through.
Let's see how far you can take it without people crying.
They'll probably complain instantly. Let's go put the other now. Get another wee car just to block the way. I like this, just like randomly putting things down just until you can get it right.
Yeah.
Oh, the car's falling over. That'll be good. This will be the best survival horror since, I don't know, What was the last proper survival horror game?
Probably Resident Evil, well,
Like the last classic one.
classic. Who knows actually?
Maybe Code Veronica or Zero. Other than Resident Evil, I don't really know.
Yeah, Silent Hill. That kind of went downhill, didn't it?
Oh, is that a pun?
It did, but right downhill. Silent Hill went downhill.
Yeah. It's because they farmed the game out to really cheap studios. So obviously...
See, that's what happened, but
yeah.
like... They've ruined the Silent Hill name now, unless like they just start over again with the original creators and just call it Silent Hill.
They should just remake the old games and then at least they can have a good game and just make it new.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people would be quite happy with a remake of the original.
Yeah.
The first three anyway.
Because if Resident Evil's doing it, then why can't Silent Hill, you know? They just need to spend some money, because they're cheapskates. They don't want to spend anything. Which character do you think you're going to go then? My female character or my male character?
I'll probably start with the male character because I was always, in fact no, I'll probably start with the female because I was always seem to pick Jill. I don't know, it's hard because I used to always pick Jill in Resi 1 and then I'd done Chris second, but on Resi 2 I'd always pick Leon first. It's strange.
Just depends on the character's personality.
I always felt like Leon was the main character in Resident Evil 2. I know Claire's a big part as well, but I don't know, I just felt as if, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So we come down here, put some more cars about. I think trying to get this finished for Halloween would probably be a good target, I think.
It would be quite good, aye. Can you be able to do that?
As long as I keep up the pace, because I've already finished the intro part for the first character. So I'm going to the hospital. I know everything I want to do in the hospital, I just need to figure out where everything goes on a map.
Yeah.
And then I just need to make the guys his part of the city. And then I'm going to reuse both of the parts of the city but swap it round so different things happen for each character when they go to the other part. So when the guy goes to the job centre, it's going to be different. So people that have played it already as the female character, they'll think it's just going to be the same thing, but it'll be different.
Right, okay.
But that'll be near the end of the game before you go to the secret lab underneath. The longest part is just deciding like how much of the graphics I'm going to put time into. Because technically I could release it and then it looks more basic, or I just keep spending time polishing up the graphics.
Yeah, what you don't... Well, you're saying you want to try and release it before Halloween or for Halloween kind of thing?
Yeah, around Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, because what I was going to say is you're going to end up spending all this time on it and then the PS5 is going to come out.
I think you can still play this in the PS5.
Yeah, hopefully.
If it's backwards compatible, whatever.
Yeah, surely God, you're going to at least be able to play PS4 games.
Mm-hmm. Imagine so. What else do you think I could put on the street? Because I've got like cars, I've got the bus. I need some other kind of obstacle.
Probably like a bus stop.
Are you bus stop?
Are you talking like small obstacles or large ones?
I'm thinking just like ways that I could go around the road, because I'm avoiding zombies. I'm going around cars, but I don't want to keep doing the same thing for every street, because then it gets a bit repetitive.
Yeah.
Because I've got this section here. I need to pass this first building before I get to the court.
What about a couple of motorbikes that have kind of fell on the street?
Yeah, I can see what we've got. Motorbike. There's only like two.
Two motorbikes?
Yeah, and they're like proper. No, they're really good, but they're like sci-fi ones.
Ah, right, okay.
So it doesn't really work.
It won't really go with the scene.
Nah. I'll put in bike and see if I have any luck. Someone made a pizza slicer and it's a bike. Essay bike, this is really cheap. What the hell is that? Tokyo Ghost Bike? That's a strange bike.
Tokyo Ghost Bike, never heard it.
Nah, no idea. Put one of these, a cantina bike. Take someone on a ride around the city. Oh, this one looks good. 2013 Kajima Shuriken. There's some Vespas as well. A Hypertrike, what the hell? This says prisoner logo, but what? That's not a prisoner logo.
It's always hard to kind of look at what you're looking at the same time, because there's a bit of delay on the YouTube channel as you speak, kind of thing.
All right. I've got a wee motorbike here. I've got the Vespas as well. If I can find them. There. What the hell? Somebody's put a Vespa, but when you take the Vespa out, it's got like these big massive blocks on it.
I've noticed that with a few things.
It's so stupid.
Don't know what that's all about.
It's like they've made a ramp for you to drive on, but you can just make your own. Like you don't need, you know.
I think that's what I'll do next. I kind of, I kind of like racetrack, just like a quite a quickie, fun, quick game, you know.
Oh, you're making a wee game?
Yeah, like a wee kind of, like driving that scooter up and down ramps and stuff like that.
Alright. Beep beep. You know what you should make?
What?
Brum.
Brum.
Brum carton.
Balamori, I should make the Balamori street.
That'll be good.
What's the story in Balamori?
Right. Two motorbikes just crashed into each other. Right. get a couple of zombies as well. Delete some of these cars. I need to tone down the graphics, they're getting a wee bit high. Goodbye, zombie. I've still got that strobe light, Mr. X. But it doesn't look like he's holding strobe lights, it looks like something else.
Disco X.
But I'm going to get rid of him because he's using up too much detail. I need to delete all that stuff as well.
Was he just there for a laugh?
Yeah, I just found him in the stream and I think I saved the game without deleting him last time, so he's still there. I don't want to put too many zombies in the scene because then... So I still don't know how much ammo I'm going to give you, but I want you to try and run around zombies. I don't want you to like kill them all. You don't have to kill them all, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Ludicrously Liam, how are you today? Certainly does look like something else. Oh yeah. This is just the rough draft, I must say. We had a better scene in the alleyway, which was quite nice. When you turn all the lighting on and stuff, we had like fire and stuff. And it definitely looks a lot better when you see it like this. But right now we're just making all of the... Try to flesh out the level design, so it's going to look a bit basic right now. All these creations are just ones that we've randomly grabbed from the community. But we're going to make all of our own ones once we're happy with how everything looks and plays. So this bus, inside this bus, it's probably going to be a scene of its own. But I'll need to actually build a bus. Looks good, that, thanks. Still a work in progress, but we've only been working on this for like, what? If you count days, maybe like...
4 or 5?
4 or 5, yeah. I think 4, yeah. Because we've been doing a scene every day. So for 4 days, we're doing alright. I'm just going to get another zombie, and just for the purposes, there's going to be a cutscene here where you talk to someone, the other character. So I'm just going to see. Oh, just want to see if it looks okay. You can kind of see the person's face. Suppose I could make the fence a bit thinner later. I really struggled with Dreams creation tools. Oh, okay. Yeah, it does take quite a bit of time to get used to them. If you've already played other games like Little Big Planet, you might have an advantage, but even then I still had to learn some of the tools. Mostly like because it's all 3D, you have to learn how to use the camera, but most of the logic itself is quite similar. But just about making lots of things and making mistakes and just getting better, I guess. I switched to PC.
I was going to say, it makes a pretty good saying that like if you had Dreams on the PC, how more powerful it'd be. It's a good point.
Yeah. So he says I switched to PC recently. Can only imagine what Dreams would be like on PC hardware. Yeah, I can only imagine. Hopefully the PS5 is the step in the right direction. But yeah, it would be amazing. They've been asked a few times before if they would put the game on PC, and they were quite hesitant because it's not really their decision, it's Sony's decision. But they would be mad not to at least do it in the future. Once maybe the console version is good enough, put it on PC as well.
think all the mods and stuff had become available on PC.
I know.
People would create.
People would just make their own tools. Wouldn't need any of the official tools. Hey Swickful, how are you today? Evening LBA. Have the crate streams been moved to Thursdays now? Well, it's just been for a couple of weeks now, because I was busy because of like New Year and stuff. And next week I'm going to be travelling for 2 weeks, so there's not going to be any streams. So for now, yeah, today and Saturday. But when I come back, I do want to do one every. I want to do 3 streams, so I could do more creating. So do a crate stream on Tuesday and Thursday, and then play on Saturday. But it's just like the past few weeks, it's just not been possible on Tuesday. So rather than just cancel the stream, I tried to do it today instead. And
it's hard to balance our kind of work and life and YouTube at the same time, isn't it?
I know, and streaming feels separate from YouTube, because YouTube's like you need to make videos, and then streaming it's like its whole new thing.
Yeah.
Because I could just be making videos right now, but I'm streaming. And it was quite annoying last Saturday, because I was streaming some levels, and there was a storm here, so my internet cut out. I think I only managed to stream for about an hour, which was a pain. So I'm going to have to do. In fact, I think the play stream might actually be tomorrow. Just thinking about it, I think I'm going to be busy this Saturday, so I think I'm going to do an extra long play stream tomorrow to compensate for last week cutting off early, because I've got a bunch of levels that I wanted to play, but I played all the main ones. I think you were there in the chat at the time, Jinkage, when I played the Batman level. Do you remember?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, and it looked pretty good. The camera was a bit weird and stuff, but I thought it was a pretty good job.
It was a good effort.
I think I'm just going to put. Do you know what I've not done yet? I've not put any dogs in. Do you think I should start putting a dog in the street instead of just doing all humans?
I'd have them in the baseball court, the baseball basketball court.
Dog zombie. No one's made a zombie dog, have they?
Oh, there you go. You should, for your first sculpture, you should make that.
No one's made a zombie dog, but they've made sound effects, but no dog. What about an actual dog? Because I could just take someone else's dog and then just change it to make it more zombified. Some of the dogs though, they're like humans. They're standing on 2 legs, or they're really cute. Oh, it's like the wee Zero dog. I need to find a dog that actually looks like a dog though. How hard is it to find a dog? Does no one create realistic dogs? There's Curry.
I put a dead dog in my game.
Did you?
With blood on it. Yeah.
Did the dog look good?
Yeah, not bad, yeah.
What was it called?
Oh, pass. I could. Once I finish this level, I could load it up and look for it if you want.
Cause I'm just looking through some of them, but they're all cartoony. They've got Courage the Cowardly Dog, and there's a pug, but I can't really make a zombie pug.
Why don't you just do like a dead dog with blood on it?
I wanted an enemy dog just to mix it up a wee bit.
Yeah.
There's a better Courage here. The sound effects are better. I found a guard dog, but it's got like saber-tooth teeth. Maybe that'll be good enough.
What a program that was, but Courage the Cowardly Dog, that was amazing.
Apparently they're making a movie.
Nah, it was like a kind of scary cartoon, wasn't it? Wasn't scary, but you know what I mean. It was like a weird.
Mysterious. But
Yeah,
they're making a proper movie of it now.
that'd be pretty cool.
I don't know if it's going to be a cartoon though or real life. The hell is that? Is that a hot dog with a face?
See if you YouTube it. There's a lot of like theories about like I don't know. There's a lot of weird shit about it, man. If you YouTube it, there's people that's done research on to put it on the cartoon.
What, like conspiracy theories and stuff?
Yeah. Like there's certain meanings behind each episode and things like that.
Ah, okay. I'll put in this big dog. It's a beast of a dog. Look at that. Oh. It's almost like a werewolf.
You should put a cone round its head.
How's it going to eat me? I don't know if I should make like a normal sized dog or make like a mutated one that's like extra big, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like all the other areas, the alleyway had a zombie, the first streets had zombies, when you got in the job centre there's going to be zombies. So I thought, well, if there's at least a different enemy, it would be good. Because once you get into the hospital, I don't think I'm going to put any dogs.
Have you added rats to it?
No.
Just running about the streets.
I thought you meant like big giant rats that are going to attack you. I'll maybe put like a couple of dogs and then maybe one zombie.
Zombie Nation. That's what you should do. You should add a nightclub and have Zombie Nation playing in the background.
Maybe I'll put the nightclub in for the other guy, the other character, maybe. Because I still need ideas for his part of the street. So, because of the way I'm doing it, I think that's good for this. And then you're going to have a scene inside the bus. But I can't make that scene yet until I actually build the bus interior myself. So, I think I'll save that. So that's like scene 9. The bus, inside the bus will be scene 10. So we'll remix this and we'll call this scene 11 just to skip ahead.
Do you remember the movie Blade? The very first scene where he's in a nightclub and he's like killing all the vampires?
I don't remember the scene, but I remember the movie, yeah.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter then. You need to remember the scene.
It's
like blood everywhere. Secret, it's a vampire nightclub. There's blood coming out of the sprinklers and things like that.
Alright.
So you could have done something cool like that. I know it's not vampires, but you should. Why don't you kind of mix it up a bit and do like kind of.
What, vampires?
Zombies, like kind of vampire zombies.
They're like vampires, but really slow.
Yeah.
Or vampires that eat you.
Just something all different from Resi.
Yeah. Delete some of this stuff. I won't need any of this stuff. But I'm keeping all my logic just in case I need it.
Yeah.
Even though this probably isn't going to give me much thermo, I'm just getting rid of the stuff that I don't need for this scene, because it's pointless keeping it, you know. Maybe keep some things like the windows and things just in case. And obviously I can delete most of these roads now. Because I won't need all these. Now that we're going away up to this side of the city. Keep it like that. then I'll need to... Hold on. I'm going to keep the floor just because I don't like things floating in the air. I like to have a floor, you know.
Yeah.
But I need to shrink it down. It's a bit huge.
2 seconds.
This takes up a lot of thermal as well. It's just a backup floor, just in case I need it. Because right now I'm using this road to walk on, so it's not too bad. But look at all this stuff, it's just floating in the air now. Looks like a mess. I think I'll grab that fire. See, this is what I hate when things are so far away. I'm going to grab this fire just in case I need to use it over here. So this is like a whole new scene now. Once you go, you're going to go inside the bus. Things are going to happen in here. You're going to come out the bus. You're going to start here. And I was going to put... we're going towards the hospital now. So I was going to put an ambulance since it's quite close to the hospital. But I don't know what kind of ones we have, because I would have preferred one that was open at the back so you could actually go inside. But I guess I can always open up at the back myself. Let me put in this one. It's got some weird writing on it. How far can you scope in? Yeah, well, I'm not a fan of that writing, but I'll change it. For now, we'll just keep it. So maybe that's a bit bigger. As long as it fits the road, I guess. Even if it is too big. So I'm going to make it so that after here, we've been going in a straight line, so now we're going to go up this way now. So let me just see. Hold on, I'm going to get rid of this grid. I hate it when the grid's on. Things just don't move so smooth. See, I don't know if I want to make another building there. I kind of want to make it go up like this now. I'll need to find a new building block for the road so that I can actually turn here. I guess I could maybe just delete this path, maybe. This is all one sculpt, damn it. That's not good. Right, screw it, it'll just be like that for just now, right? So we're gonna go... I'll blend this in. This is a bit wonky. Hold on, I'm gonna copy that again. I'm just gonna blend the path into this path. And then just extend the road up this way now. Is that a wide enough path? I think so. I'm probably going to have to redo all this anyway, because I think the paths are a bit thin for the pedestrians. But I think you're going to walk mostly on the road anyway. Hey Porky Pick, how are you today? We're just doing another scene in the streets. We're going towards the hospital. We decided that the main area of the game will be in a hospital. Very creepy. So we're just trying to fill out the streets just to get to the hospital. The hospital's like somewhere up there. And then I've got it all mapped out. I'm going to have like a north, south, east and west section of the hospital, each with different departments. And there's something sinister going on in the hospital because they're doing something with the patients. Very Umbrella-esque. So there's going to be a lot of interesting mutations once you get to the hospital. To be fair, zombie rats would be easier to animate. They would just slide across the floor. Minimal animation. Yeah, exactly. You can just you can get away with a lot of stuff since you can't really see it. I wouldn't mind though having like little rats running around, and then at some point in the game you think, oh, it's just another rat, but then it actually bursts and mutates into some kind of creature. I think that would be quite fun. Let me just turn this building round. Oh, moved the wrong thing. And if you don't know yet, we're actually going to do 2 separate characters to choose from, just like in the other Resident Evil games. So this section is going to be like the start of the female character, and the male character, he comes from the alleyways, and he's going to come through here at some point. And I used the zombie for now, but this is going to be the second character, and this is where the 2 characters meet for the first time at the beginning of the game. And this character recommends the female character to head towards the hospital, so she heads to the hospital this way, and the other character, he heads to the hospital through the alleyways and through to the back of the hospital. It's just so I can create more replayability. So once you complete the game with the first character, you can complete again with the second, and it should give a good extra few hours of gameplay. And obviously you can choose your own favourite character, because the story is going to be different for both characters. They're going to go to the same sort of areas, but their individual personal story is going to be a lot different, and how they interact with each other throughout the story. And I was going to add I definitely want a nemesis to chase one of the characters, and I was thinking I needed another bad guy, almost like a Wesker type enemy, who's going to try and stop them from escaping the city. I'm just using these little fences here just for now, just to get the scale of the buildings. If anyone knows of a creator who makes really good buildings, let me know, because I'm really just using the first buildings that I can find. They're not bad, but I wanted something more dark, I guess, or more realistic. Let's put these in here just now. See, I don't know how long I'm going to make these streets go, because having to run all the way up a long street, it's kind of boring. So I'm going to have to make the streets slightly less realistic, so maybe they're not quite as long as they should be. So we come out the bus, and this is where we leave the bus here, and we're going to follow the path up here. So I'm probably going to put the ambulance up here that you can open up and maybe get some ammo inside. I'm not. It depends how much detail I put inside the ambulance, but I don't think I'll create a separate scene for the ambulance. I think I'll just open the doors and then you can just pick up ammo that's like just sitting there, or a medikit would be quite appropriate, I think. This fire's just for effect at some point, I guess. So I'm going to have to, like, the entrance to the hospital is probably going to be a brand new scene as well, because the amount of detail we're using so far, I don't think we'd be able to fit in a big hospital at the end here. But I think maybe this is as far as the street's going to go, because you don't want to be running too long throughout the street. So I'll just make these 3 buildings, and then I'll put in the hospital. If anyone's made a hospital, that would certainly help. I'll have a quick check just to see, because I need more buildings, and it's hard to find really detailed ones. So here we've got a hospital, but it's all the inside of a hospital, which will be good once we make the interior. But we need the outside of the hospital, and I mean, that's not what we want, but I guess for a draft version it might just have to do for now. What the hell was that? I thought that was like a horror sound at first, but it's just a normal hospital. Yeah. Oh, X-rays. Very nice. Could use those. The morgue. That's going to be an important part in the game. You can't have a survival horror in a hospital without a morgue. So that'll be a pretty good scene. I can't wait to start this one. But we'll get there. We'll get there one step at a time. Yeah, but I don't think anybody's really made a proper hospital, have they? We're just going to use this for now, just for talking's sake, just to give an example. Maybe just so we can see it in the background, you know, so people know the direction they're supposed to be heading. I mean, that's a huge hospital. Look at the size of that. So it's bigger than those buildings. I'll make it a bit smaller. It's just so people can see it in the distance, you know. And obviously there's going to be like a big wall blocking this anyway. So I think once you get kind of close to the scene, the camera will go like that, so you can't actually see the hospital. You'll see it from a distance. Maybe when you're over here you can see like, oh, there's the hospital there. So we're going towards the hospital, but then once we get closer the camera will turn, so you can't actually see it up close. It's just for the distance. Then once you enter this area it loads a new scene, and then the new scene will be a proper hospital with proper detail. I think I'll make one more road just because, right? and then I need like some kind of wall or something just to block off the entrance. Can we use a concrete wall? That looks alright, doesn't it? Looks quite detailed actually. Stone wall kit, an example level. That's a bit too medieval for me. That's quite a nice wall. Yeah, I need to see if these creators, if they make other elements that are quite good. No, mostly music and sounds. They've made one wall. I was looking for a collection of walls. Maybe it's better if I just search wall and then make it a collection. Wall basics. That's just electrics. That was the wall we used in the first scene. No, I'm not seeing too much. Yeah, making walls is definitely a priority. Walls and buildings. That's what we need more. We need more creators to work on these. I'm just doing this really lazily. And then we need like some kind of gate. These are not gates. What? Right. All large metal gate. Maybe I think I used this one for the last level I made. Imagine that, the hospital entrance. Jurassic Park. Gothic gate, I guess that would be quite nice. A wooden gate, no. Oh. That's the sound effects that we need for Resident Evil. For when we actually open the stuff. Right, let's put this in here, right? We're just going to pretend that this is the gate, right? It's all in the distance, remember, we're not actually going to see it up close. We're just going to see it like that, and then people will be like, oh, there's the gate for the hospital. I need to get there. I think I'm going to put the wall like that, just to block off a wee bit. Alright, that'll do. So from a distance, we're only going to see it from like here, right? So we'll obviously update all this, but I think if you look at it like from that angle, it looks okay. You can clearly see, okay, that's my destination. So when I'm walking here, I'm going towards the hospital. I know it's here, and then once we get here, the camera will turn so we don't actually get too close. And then once I remix this scene, I'll delete all this stuff and we'll make a proper version of this. Right, let me just quickly save this. I'm working on a character template and try to clean it to hide the joints. I'll send you it after. You could remix it for a zombie or other. Oh, that'd be pretty good. Very handy. Yeah, just send me it. Let me know once you're finished, or if you want me to have a look at the work in progress, and I'll check that out. But that would be good, because we do need, once we start making our characters, yeah, it would be good to have good templates to work with. Because I'm not so experienced with the sculpting as of yet, so there's still help required. I'll need to change all this text on this bus as well. We're not in Japan, are we? I don't think so. The gate sound is the exact one from Resident Evil 2. Very distinct. It probably is. Yeah, I think is it Delirium he's called? I think he ripped all sorts of sound effects from Resident Evil games. So that's quite handy. See, I'm not sure like if I'll use them, because even though they're really good, they're technically from another game, so I'm trying to avoid copyright things. So I'd love to use Resident Evil music and sound effects and any other survival horror stuff, but at the same time I want to have a unique feel, and this sort of stands on its own 2 feet, you know. But then the problem is I'd have to look for music that's good enough for the project, or find a composer who can actually make unique music for the project and things, you know. You know what, I think I'm going to just tidy this up here, because I'm going to have to tidy it up in the next scene anyway, so I may as well just make a start here. See, I'm going to have to work out all the dimensions of the roads and stuff, because the sidewalk isn't wide enough. Put it like that. There's our big old hospital, and we'll see if I can get that gate sound effect just for now. Oh, that looks quite nice. Nice little scene. Right, where is the sound effects? That's like Little Big Planet. Right, so there's 2 here. So we need the opening one. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that'll be good. See, I still need to work on all the logic for the door transitions. I think once I get to the hospital, maybe that's a good point for me to go back to all the scenes and actually do all the logic. Because once we get the hospital, is going to be like the main part of the game, and there's loads of rooms, there's loads of places to go. So that's going to be a whole new task on its own. So this is like, it's not the last you'll see of the streets, because we need to create the streets for the second character. He's like, if we imagine we were here, we've still got all the stuff. This is where the alleyway was. There's the old street. The job centre was here, and then we're going to go down this street here and go up here to the hospital. The second character, he's going to be like amongst this sort of area. Like, he's going to be more in the alleyways of the buildings, and I'm going to make a car mechanics. He's going to wake up in a mechanics just because, and he's going to make his way to the hospital probably through the back entrance, and the female character, she's going to go through the front gate basically. So once we'll need to create the second character's street areas, and then I think after that, that's the last of the street scenes. We can move on to the hospital and do everything in the hospital. And then of course, because it's based on survival horror Resident Evil, we're going to do an underground lab. Naturally, they've been using all the patients and all the dead deceased and in the morgue, and they've been experimenting on them and using their bodies for their research. So there's pretty much three main sections. So you've got the streets, the hospital, and then the lab underneath. Hello Gribble Grunger, welcome to the stream. How are you today? How are your streams going? I tried to catch one the other day, but I had to do a few tasks first, and I missed it, unfortunately. But I hope you're well. You're no doubt excited for Dreams to release pretty soon. It's like just over a month, basically. I hope to at least get one more level out. It won't be this level, but I'm working on another level. And it's not a game, it's just a single level. So I'll try and get that out before the full game comes out and get everyone's critiques. Because I genuinely think the level I'm going to put out in a few weeks, it has probably some of the best voice acting that you'll find in Dreams. The gameplay is going to be like hit and miss for some people because I'm just sort of practicing with the gameplay, but I think the voice acting and the cutscenes and things and the story, I think that'll be quite interesting. But I'll let you all know once that's released. Just try to do a little bit more work on this before I go, because over the next 2 weeks, starting from next week, there won't be a stream because I have to travel for 2 weeks, which is a shame. It also means today's the last Create stream, and instead of Saturday, I'm going to do a play stream tomorrow on Friday, since I won't have time on the weekend, and they'll be my last 2 streams before February, I guess, and we'll do a few more before the full game comes out. I'm doing great. Have Media Molecule even revealed what they will add aside from story mode to the full game? No, yeah, I don't think so. To be honest, they probably haven't added much, unless they're looking to surprise us with something. But I don't know, because what have they actually added during the early access? I think the biggest thing they added was the revamped menu system. I think that was the biggest thing, and obviously the recenter your imp message that they took away. I think they were the most important things that I can remember anyway. I know a lot of people, they still want to get rid of the motion for the imp, just to use the analog sticks. So I guess that'll be one of the features. Probably more tutorials. Who knows how many tutorials, but based on the tutorials in early access, it's not enough. They really need to do more. Even just like the masterclass videos where they just show you how to do things, more complicated things like sculpting and things. I think that'll be quite useful. But yeah, they haven't really mentioned anything else, which is a shame. I'm going to take this because I'm so lazy, right? I'm just going to move it and use this as a floor. It's too lazy to make my own floor. Yeah, so I've got the hospital. This is the second part of the game. This isn't the full hospital. We're going to have obviously like lots of different departments and things, you know. I still need to flesh it out because I want to do like a north, south, east and west section. It's going to be a pretty big hospital. Everybody loves hospitals, especially for horror films and games, right? People are afraid of death. And obviously we're going to have tons of zombies, so, you know, death and zombies, people are going to be terrified of both things. But I'm planning to get at least 2 demos of this out. Like I mentioned, the first playable character, all the areas you've seen so far, that's going to be demo 1. And then once we get the second playable character in a different section of the city, we'll put a second demo out. Because I don't really want to make a trailer on Dreams, maybe on YouTube, but on Dreams I think I'll just create a couple of demos and then hopefully that's enough for exposure for when the full game comes out. And like I said to Jinkage before, I'm hoping that it's possible to release around Halloween time. Not just because it is Halloween, but also because I don't want to still be working on this next year. You know, I want to get all of this game finished. Because my plan is I want to finish like at least 2 games a year, which sounds like a lot, but if I work on it hard, I think I could make something half decent within 6 months. Because we've only been making this game here. I think if you count the number of days, the sessions that we've been creating, it's only been 4 days, and we've already got a draft of the first character, which is not too bad. But I definitely need to fix all these roads because I don't like how thin the sidewalk is, or the pavement. See, I'm getting confused by all the American words now because of this game. Because I think ideally, obviously we're not going to have a pavement here because of that. I should probably try and find different pieces of roads. See, there's some nicer roads here, but see something like this where it's got things where you can turn. I think that will be good for the piecing it all together, but the problem is maybe this one would be good for if I can fit it in. I don't think I can. I think because this is the main road, obviously it needs to be more like this. Delete that for now. I don't know. I'm going to have to experiment a little bit with the road, because I was planning on like building a map just to see where how the city all pieces together, you know. I'm just looking forward to the single player. Yeah, see, I was looking forward to the single player, but then when they asked him how long is it, and he's like 2 hours, and I'm like 2 hours? I'll finish that in 2 hours. It's too short, you know. But I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure everybody will be making videos and making live streams and everything on the single player. Look at the state of that. It's just one big mess. One big mess. Right, I'm going to leave this scene like that. Very rough, very rough. and then we're going to start the other side of the city before we get to the hospital. Oh, what's happened here? There we go, there's our other scenes there. Can finish that in one gameplay stream. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm probably going to do. I'm probably one day, as soon as the story mode comes out, just a full stream of the story mode. Yeah, it's a bit short, but I'm sure searching for everything and taking a good look around will likely extend it to 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours. Plus, we're forgetting the most important thing, trophies. We need to go for trophies in Dreams now. So, whether that's in the story mode or in the create mode or surfing around, if you like to get trophies or platinum trophies, that's it gives you a bit more to do, I suppose. I just hope it doesn't have really stupid trophies for online. Like, they encouraged people to do heart for heart, because there was a trophy that said you had to get like something small, like 50 hearts, and then people were too lazy to actually create, so they just said heart for heart, and just so they could get a trophy, you know. I've never been that bothered about trophies, to be honest. For me, it's like, if I'm really enjoying a game and I want to extend the life of the game, then trophies are a good distraction. It's not my main purpose, but just if I just want some extra tasks to do. To be honest, I think they should have hired Danny. Imagine giving him 6 years to work on the story mode. Don't even joke about that. You would have a whole anthology of story modes if Danny was involved. Jeez, that's frightening to imagine. Oh, I think once if they ever make a Dreams 2, once they go back and look at all the statistics for the first Dreams, they'll see that Danny made the most levels by far. He's like #1. He probably deserves some kind of recognition by the end of it, you know, some kind of prize or something. But I haven't actually heard from Danny in a few weeks. I don't know what happened. He must be deep in create mode, making his next masterpiece. I don't even think I played his last level. He told me to play like a racing level or something. I think I added it, but because last week the stream cut out, I didn't actually get to play it. So I need to remix another scene. Let me think. Because just remix this one again. There's your job centre. Right, how am I going to label this? Scene 1 of character 2. So this is the second character. We're doing 2 characters, so you can choose who you want to go. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like you said though, they have to be careful with online trophies. If we have one for publishing your first Dream, expect searching to become a nightmare. Oh, probably. I can imagine. Hopefully the trophies are just to encourage people, like to basically share Dreams or like Dreams or play Dreams, so that it just encourages people to do a bit more. I think on, I don't know if it was Little Big Planet 2 or 3, there was a trophy for the dive in feature. So you had to dive in to like maybe 20 different people's pods. And personally I didn't like the dive in feature because you honestly never knew where you were going to go. like the people you were going to go with or the levels you were going to play. In fact, all of the times I used the dive in feature, I ended up in some weird place that I just wish I could forget. And then it opens for trolling, because my friend and I, we dived in just to get the trophy, and there was a little guy that took us in to his level, and we just started putting bananas everywhere in the level and just totally ruined the thermal, and he didn't even realise. But hopefully there's nothing like that. But I really want online multiplayer, whether it's to create or just to play, because it's going to open up a whole new type of game, really. He deserves the MP awards, hands down, all of them. Yeah, I mean, he's made a game for every genre, so technically he does deserve to be nominated and to win pretty much every award that they could possibly throw at him. I'll definitely need to put a cameo for one of his character at some point, maybe in this game. Family members came in, won't be long. Oh, okay, don't worry about it. Trophy: spend 40 hours creating a dream before publishing it. No one's going to do that. Hey Intra Attack Out, how are you doing? Yeah, I don't think many people are going to be too happy about that. I certainly won't be. There's a classic job centre for anybody that didn't see it. It's now official. It's officially the most fanciest exterior to a job centre that you've ever seen. Yeah, have a little Daniele sitting on a desk or something. Yeah, like a little toy or something. I think it was is it Resident Evil 7? You had to find little toys, little bobbleheads. So maybe it's like you need to find all the Daniele toys to get a bonus. That's another thing I was thinking about. If you're going to make a game in Dreams, are people going to implement their own in-game achievements or in-game trophies? Because I think that would be quite cool as well. Like, even though not everybody likes trophies and achievements, just to make it seem like a real game that it has trophies and achievements, and you can have them popping up at the top of the screen. I'm sure some people have already done it already in Dreams, but yeah, it was just something I was thinking about. If I was going to make a game, would it be worth maybe implementing that? Right, so this is going to be the second character, so I don't know if anybody's made a mechanics. Anybody made a mechanics? I don't think so. Because like I said before, there's a real shortage of buildings and walls. It's not so easy to find good buildings. So it looks like I'm going to have to build the mechanics myself. Great. Just great. Do we have a junkyard? Did anybody make a junkyard? Kind of. Not really. It's part of the aesthetic, but not the actual place itself. Yeah, we're going to have to build all this ourselves, I think. We'll just delete some of this stuff. Goodbye, job centre. You can remain in the other scene. Oh, I deleted the rain by accident. Yeah, we don't need any of this stuff. See, I'm just remixing scenes because it saves me having to do everything from scratch. I can just keep everything that we've got and then use that. I've always wondered how far out this can go. Like, see, if you keep driving a car, how far can this go? Does it just go into infinity? if you just keep using the same buildings and duplicate it, can you just keep going and going and going? Make a huge map. Yeah, they were a bit of a ball ache to find. What did you get for collecting them all? I don't even think I collected them all, because I think to get the platinum you had to do the hardest difficulty mode, and to be honest, I didn't bother. I think it was Madhouse mode. I didn't bother, so the reward wasn't so important. Maybe it was something like infinite ammo or something, maybe. Not too sure. Right. Can we make some kind of junkyard? Right. Hold on. I need to take all these out individually. What a pain. Can I like select all these and take them out at once? Yes, I think I can. No, hold on, I messed that up. Let's see. Right, I think, yeah, there we go. Solution. You can make dreams really, really big. I did find a bug where puppets start vibrating. Ooh, more and more the further they are from the center. This is not fixable as far as I know. Uh-oh. I've just been making my dreams wherever I come. Like, the center is technically here, but I've been making some scenes all the way over here. Maybe I should move my scene. Because, like, see if I delete everything, where is the center? Do you know what I mean? Where does the center exist? Or is it just the center of the map in general? I don't know. But yeah, that's good to know, because I was always wondering, because they say you can't make a big map because of the thermal, but if you keep duplicating like basic things, I was just wondering how big could you actually make the map if it's all really low thermal. Yes, there are no edges as such, it's all thermal based. So if you built a road that emitted the next section and deleted the prior section, you could drive forever. Yeah, very much. Which is kind of cool. Nah, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, good. Put the floor grid on and you'll see the center. So the floor grid sticks with us all the time. My center's over here, look. Isn't it? Is that right? Look, I don't know. Where is the center? Here? Ah, here. Yeah, I was right. Here. The center's in the alleyway. I guess if it's a problem, I'm making the scene over here, right? Just because I'm too lazy to delete everything and move everything to the center. But if I make the junkyard, I'll just group it all together and move it to the center. If it's a problem. I know that when you import characters, I think maybe that's why there's a problem. When you import a character, sometimes they don't appear in front of you. Sometimes they appear like away in the distance. So I don't know if that's because the person who made the character didn't stay in the middle. They kind of went away over here and then they made the character over here. So when they saved it and you import it, it doesn't appear here, it appears like away over here. So I think that's probably why that happens. I only encountered the bug because I was creating a ground to space game. Alright, yeah, and you definitely need a large amount of space for a space game. It would be handy if you could grab the floor and move the center. Yeah, maybe we should suggest that if it's that big of a problem. Or at least an option, if you're sculpting a character, there's an option that's like snap the center to the character, or if you save the character, it automatically goes to the center. Because it's a pain every time I go to get a character, and yet it appears away up there. You know, it's like, yes, players could do better to prevent that from happening, but certainly Media Molecule could do that for us, so it saves us a lot of hassle. Right, just get a wee fresh start here, delete this, just get it out of my way. Right, so we've got all our bits and pieces for a wee junkyard. So I don't really want to make a proper dust skip, you know. It's mostly going to be with for cars, you know, like old cars and stuff. Let's see if I can find like a junk car or some junk truck or something. Oh, that's exactly what I was looking for. Exactly what I was looking for. It looks like it's made out of burnt cheese, but I think that'll do the job, right? Let me see the scale. Probably could be a wee bit bigger. Yeah, that's a good size for the cars, maybe. Yeah, that's alright. See, the second character, he's going to be tied up, kind of like in a junkyard mechanic type of place. So I was trying to think of something different. So the first character goes to the job centre, the second character's in a junkyard, a city junkyard, and it means that his story is going to be slightly different from the girls one. So it adds a wee bit of variety, you know. How high should I make these? I should probably like pile them super high, right? Just put them in the background like that as well. Yeah, because I was thinking the second character could probably be like a... I don't know if you ever played Resident Evil 0, but one of the characters, he's a war criminal. Because apparently they slaughtered lots of innocent people in a village, and he had to carry around that burden. Because he escapes the train because he was arrested, but obviously because the zombies happened, he escaped. So it's like he's not easy to trust. So if I'm going to make a character similar to that, I want him to be quite mysterious. You never really know if you can actually trust him or not. Because I definitely want to create characters that are more than just someone you play as. I want to give them their own personality and backstory and all that kind of stuff, you know. Let me see here. We should also be able to set mirror mode to the center of any simple shape. They've all got one, so I don't know why we can't. Yeah, that makes sense. There is a limit to how big scenes can get though. You'll get a message pop up if things are too far away from the center. Oh, okay. So it actually does try and prevent you from going too far away. But you really don't have to worry about that. Oh, okay, so like if I zoom out, I'm assuming if I go like away over here, it will start to create problems. Yeah, I don't really see myself making a big open world just yet, so I'm not really too worried about that, at least for the moment. Hey Jason Miller, how are you today? Multiplayer, like friends collab? Yeah, like right now in LBP you could have up to 4 people playing levels or creating together. So it'd be nice if I was making this section and then I had another creator making this section, or someone doing logic or music, you know, so we're all kind of working together. I know you can already collaborate by sharing assets, but it's like it's nice if you got people actually in to the scene and then you could actually see what they're working on as you're working on something, and it's easier to work together, you know, it's not so disjointed. But yeah, playing levels together as well would be good, because there's a lot of potential for co-op games, and I guess multiplayer games, as long as the servers are good and it doesn't lag. Because my experience with Little Big Planet, it always lagged, always. So it was impossible to play most of the time, and I would get like this loading bar that would always come up now and again. It just made it unplayable. So I like what they're doing to delay the multiplayer for Dreams until it's absolutely ready to go. But I just hope it doesn't lag. It needs to be flawless. Otherwise, what's the point, really? You know. I'm looking forward to multiplayer create mode. I personally would also really like to see split screen, but Media Molecule has already said that they won't do that. Yeah, it's quite funny when you think about split screen. All the old games used to have split screen, but now as technology becomes more advanced, they're like, oh no, we're not going to do split screen anymore. It's too much of a hassle. But it's just funny how in the old days, split screen was, even though it was a hassle, they just made it, you know. But nowadays, nobody cares anymore. But yeah, split screen would be nice. I think someone actually tried to make their own split screen logic. I don't know how practical it would be in a proper level, but it's nice to see people are trying to come up with some kind of solutions, I suppose. You can share play, I hear. Oh, that would be good. Too many games don't let you share play, and it just defeats the purpose of actually using it in the first place. I'm not even sure. I never actually share played early access, so I don't know if it was possible. But yeah, that would be nice, because like I've got some friends who don't own early access, and then maybe they won't own Dreams for a long time. So if I ever make a level, or I find a level that's really good, at least with share play, I could let them play that one or that two different games or levels. They don't have to buy Dreams just for that kind of experience, you know. So that would be quite good. Share play. Because it does get a wee bit lonely in here. I need people to create with. But yeah, I'm trying to find people who can actually do sculpting, like mostly characters, and people who can do texturing and painting and things. Because whilst I'm trying to learn to do all those things, I need someone who can actually do it now, you know. So that I can get a more unique feel to the game, because I want to get these demos out within the next few months, but I want to get the detail up and use more unique assets. Yeah, SharePlay was possible. It's how I used to collaborate. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, it was locked off when early access ended, and I hope they add it back in at some point. That's weird. Why would they take it away? Because, I mean, they stop people buying early access, so are they trying to say that you can only share play Dreams to promote it so that people will buy early access? And now that you can't buy it anymore, they don't want to share it anymore, so they want people to wait for the full game before they can experience it, maybe. But yeah, hopefully the full game does have it, because I don't think SharePlay really affects sales. Because at the end of the day, if you want to buy Dreams, you'll buy Dreams, you know. And SharePlay it's not perfect. I don't want to be sitting playing SharePlay. Sometimes it lags, you know, and sometimes the resolution's not so good. But for certain games, I guess it could work. I would hate to use the imp in SharePlay though. I don't know how smooth it is. Depends on the connection between the two people, I suppose. Yeah, it's unfortunate that they took it away then, because I think I was I was going to show someone a level once and it didn't let me share play, so it must have been after early access ended, you know, which is a shame. Let me see what other junk I can find. Junkman screen, what the hell was that? Why is there 2 car piles? Oh wait, no, sorry, that's the one I had before. Junkman. Hold on. I wish you could filter out the sound effects, because I don't want sound effects. Ah, here we go. Sculpture. Architecture. Oh, nice. Some nice subcategories here. So this is all just for junk. Okay, a can of beer. Ice cream cone? That's not junk. Come on. Right. I guess that looks quite good, right? I mean, it's more like a robotic kind of level, but screw it, it's what we've got available, right? An old burnt wood frame mirror, that's a mouthful. Yeah, but technically you can't you can't make mirrors in Dreams. You can't even make glass, so technically this is not a mirror, this is just like a board. It's like an ironing board or something. I don't think there's any point in using that. Milk crates. I suppose they might be good to decorate some of the scenes. The classic fish bone in all the cartoons. A banana peel. Oh, I gotta have a banana peel. A mutant banana that goes rogue. Oh, what's this? Big truck. How much thermal does this use? Not too much actually. Well, we're finding some good pieces of junk. All good creations, just junk, that's all. What else can we find? This is just the same truck, but it's red, isn't it? It's probably better just duplicating it and changing the colour, but whatever. Right, what else? Oh, pallets. Can we use some pallets? Do you think that's appropriate? They're a bit too clean, but definitely if I could definitely destroy them up a wee bit, you know. There we go, get some pallets. What else is there? A small trash can. Nah, we don't need that. SharePlay would sell lots of copies. I could show someone a level now and they'd want Dream four levels. Oh wow. Oh, it's Danny. He's back. Hello. New character playable, Nana Girl. Oh great, excellent. I'll need to check her out. I'm not going to do a play stream on Saturday, Danny, but I will on Friday. So tomorrow I will play a lot of levels, including your character, because I'm only going to stay here for like an extra 20 minutes before I go back to work. If they annoy you, you can hide the raindrops in your scene by using the hide tool, by the way. It will still show in play mode, but it will be invisible in create. That's quite handy. That's a good tip actually. I didn't know about that. Let me just see if there's anything more here I can use, and then I'll check that out. I wouldn't say the rain gets in my way because I've been okay so far, but yeah, it definitely is a wee bit distracting at times. Yeah, I think that's it. Can we use a wee TV? Put that on top of the pallet there. old classic TVs. There you go. Right, so the hide tool, what is the hide tool? In here somewhere? Let's see. See, I thought this was the eyelash tool. So when you're working on a scene full of stuff, you don't want to be moving things out of the way all the time to see what you're doing. So use this instead and hide them. So select hide, hover your tip over anything you want to hide and press R2. To hide multiple things, hold R2 instead and move to the next thing to hide. While you're using the hide tool, hidden things turn yellow to let you know they're hidden. Once you leave the hide tool, those things will disappear from view. To unhide everything, select hide and use unhide all on the context menu. You can also use L1 and R2 to hide or unhide everything except the thing you're hovering over. Okay, let me see. Oh, it's all black and white. So if I hide these trucks, right, there we go. Ah, okay. So they're completely gone. Bring them back, and they're there. What do you know? They're there. Alright, that's a good tip. I never really, since the tools menu, I don't really use it other than sculpture detail. Freeze, I've never really used freeze either. I mean, what's the difference between freeze and hide? It's pretty much the same thing, right? Just that you can't delete them, I suppose. But yeah, that is pretty good. Maybe I'll hide the rain then, if I can select it, because the rain is so fine that there we go. There we go, it's hidden. Perfect. Nice tip. Very good tip. Thanks for that. So now we don't need to be blinded by the rain anymore. I'm going to miss the rain now. It's served me well all this time. So that's a lot of the junk stuff that I've found so far. So this is going to be the start of the second character. Let me just save that here. I'm probably going to end the stream in about 15 minutes, but I think I want to show you what I'm working on. So I was working on a game, right? Super Alien Buddy. And I was thinking of ways like, how can I show this off? Should I make a video on it? But I didn't really want to make a video yet because I wanted to work on it more. So basically right now we've got the intro scene. We've got a hub scene, which is like it's not open world, but it's like a big area. And then there's like 3 separate areas, and then there's 3 scenes that are connected. So if I go in here, if I edit this, so we've got the intro, we've got the hub world, and then we've got a crystal cave, we've got the depths, and we've got the stone kingdom. So you can go from back and forth between these 3 areas, and you're looking for fuel tanks. And since I'm not going to do a stream for the next couple of weeks, I'll just show you this just now, I think, and you can let me know what you think. Still a work in progress. See, I don't really, for the survival horror, I was like, I didn't mind doing a work in progress because we're all working together, and that's the whole point. But these projects, this is like just a little level, and I just wanted to finish it and then put it out and see what everyone thought. But since you're all here, I guess I could play it. I probably won't show you the gameplay level because I still want to work on some tweaks. But I can show you the intro, and hopefully you like it. Be gentle. I'm still working on a lot of things. There's a few things I want to change, but what I will say about this is that I feel quite fortunate because a lot of the voice acting was pretty good, and the guy who voices the astronaut, Sean Lenhart, he's actually a professional voice actor. I don't know how I managed to get him, but he loves to help me out. So I'll play this in just a second. Sometimes I still find gadgets and things I've never seen and used before. Yeah, I mean, even in the tweak menu, there's so many tweaks that I've never used before. It's like the grade tool. I was looking at it today, and there's so many things like pixelation and glitch effects. Like, I never really used those before. Alright, so I'm going to play this. Let me know what you think. I might need to quickly change the party settings here, just because the audio might not be so loud. So let me just change that. Okay, so without further ado, this is a sneak peek at the next little level I'm making. Right. And everything's all temporary, so the music, the lighting, I haven't even worked on the lighting yet, so intra attack out, you know, don't scorn me for it. I'm still working on some stuff, right? So, but I think the acting is pretty good, and there's a lot of voice actors here that you won't see in the intro. There's only 2 in the intro. The rest are in the rest of the game. So I'll be quiet now.
What are you?
Oh, you speak English? Well, that saves me having to guess for 94 billion languages.
You're an alien.
If you mostly go me, then sure. I'm a big old alien.
I can't believe it. I've never come across one in all my expeditions. I must take notes. You're female?
My race doesn't have genders. We don't even have private parts, look!
Ah, no, it's okay, I believe you.
So, what brings you to my slice of Rocky Hill?
Not even supposed to be here, actually. My ship suddenly lost fuel and, well, that's the last thing I can remember. This might be an odd question, but do you know if there is anything that resembles fuel on this planet?
You sure there is? In fact, we often receive travelers from other worlds. We all seem to suffer from horrible and distressing deaths shortly after. But if it's fuel we're looking for, then there's bound to be some leftover from their ships. There's lots of resources scattered around, come to think of it. So if you want to discover more than just few things, be my guest.
Thanks for your help.
Sure thing. I'll let you explore on your own, but just like my old space marine buddy Arnie used to say, I'll be back.
So that's the intro for the level. So once you play through the game, you'll find that there's a lot of other voice actors playing different aliens, and there's some audio files that from past explorers, and little texts that you can read, and things you can dig up. There's like lots of like hidden treasures in the ground and little energy cubes just to collect and things. But the main point of the level is you're trying to find 3 of the main fuel canisters for your ship. And each of the 3 levels, so short levels, you find one of the canisters at the end. And all the other collectibles are all optional, so it's just for fun, really. I saw my name. Yeah, you're in it. Don't forget you're in it. You play one of the aliens, and you're also one of the astronauts, one of the ex-astronauts who may or may not have perished. Love the animation. Yeah, thanks. I'm still working on it, but I think it's alright so far. The animation that I'm not so happy with is the gameplay animation, because I'm still not used to the logic. So I'm using the procedural generated walk cycle and things. I didn't really make it too unique, but for cutscenes, everything, yeah, definitely all handcrafted.
Back.
Hey, how you doing?
Sorry, I had family members come in, so...
Alright. No problem.
mute the mic.
I was just showing off the alien level, the intro. I don't know.
Yeah, I caught the last 5 minutes of it or something.
It's only like 2 minutes long. Were those bottles of full fat milk? Yes. In intra attack out, he knows why the milk is there. There's a reason why. So it's related to the audio file. But there's a lot of interesting things around the level, like things that aren't part of the story but they're connected to the audio file. But I won't say what they are yet, so you can explore and find out different things. I'll play it. Oh, thanks very much. When I come back, I'm still going to work on this till the end of the week. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, so I'm going to try and get this out in early February before the full game comes out. And then that'll be my last early access contribution, I guess. Nice. But the lighting, man, unacceptable. Unacceptable, can't believe it. It's not that bad, actually, because if you think about it, the sky, it's a very toxic atmosphere, right? So it's very dark and it's very poisonous. It's not meant to be bright and colourful. It's meant to be quite, you know, kind of like horrible to be in. And it's an alien planet, so how do you know what the lighting's like in an alien planet, you know? It can be completely different from Earth. That's that's what we have, the options we have. But it looks great, man. Looking forward to it. Yeah, don't worry, it will come out soon and you'll get to see your part. And I think once everything comes together, I think on the whole, I think it'll be quite good. Because that's one of the things I want to do mostly in Dreams. I want to add a lot of like story and characters and cutscenes and dialogue and try and mix that with gameplay. Because so far in Dreams I have seen some great narrative and characters, but not enough, you know. So I want to try and do something with that rather than just do like a character that doesn't speak, and I want to try and give them more personality and things. So it's going to be a challenge, but that's the type of levels I'm going to make. So like the survival horror game, it's not just going to be two characters running around shooting zombies. It's going to have a proper story, and they're going to have their own backstory and lots of dialogue and things. So that's the kind of stuff I like in my games. I like a good story. I think the lighting is great, honestly. Yeah, it better be. But I was looking at the grade tool, and I think I could probably improve it a little bit, because right now it's not dark, but it's more darker on purpose. But I'll experiment and I'll try and make it lighter and see if I can change some colours and see if I can make it look a bit more appealing. My problem is usually the default sun and sky. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I changed the sky to be like a really poisonous cloud type sky. I was debating with people like what colour the sky should be. If it should be like the yellow, the dark yellow that I chose, or purple, or red, or whatever. So I just settled on this because it's like a dusty, kind of rocky, sandy planet, and I thought the dark yellow kind of fit together. I didn't want to do a red sky because I thought it's too much like Mars, so I tried to do something a little bit different. But yeah, that's that, and maybe I'll make a video on it before I go. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So we've got the survival horror scenes. We've got the first character. She's got the alleyway. She's got the first part of the streets. She's got several rooms inside the job centre. She finds the fire extinguisher. She comes back out into the streets again. She finds the second part of the streets, which is where the cutscene happens, where she meets the other character. She goes through the bus, and then she makes her way up the streets towards the hospital. So that's her finished, her draft finished. So the second character, so far I'm just thinking like a junkyard connected to some kind of mechanics, and then he'll have a little bit of a street in mostly alleyways. I want like the female character, the first character, she had one alleyway at the very start. I want the second character to have quite a lot of alleyways all connected and the back streets and things. And then he meets the first character from the basketball court you saw, and then he makes his way to the hospital through the back sort of entrance. So once I get all that done, that's like the base of the intro for both characters. And then I'll need to figure out how I'm going to update all the characters and all the environments, because I want to make them all unique, and ideally I would like them to look quite good. So I'm going to learn how to sculpt and texture, but I'm definitely going to look mostly for other people to try and help out with that sort of thing. And once all that's done, I'll have 2 demos. I won't release both at the same time. I'll release one, and then I'll work on the hospital, because the hospital's like the main portion of the game, all different sections. And then once that's nearly done, I'll move on to the underground lab, and then probably I'll release the second demo for the other character, just so people don't forget about the project. And then we'll finish off the lab area, we'll get the endings sorted, and then the full game hopefully around October, November time, because Intra Attackout and I were going to work on a first person horror game, and when I'm travelling over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to plan out a lot of the level design, so when I come home I'm just going to get straight into Dreams and make all the levels. I already have all the locations planned out, I have the story planned out, I just need to plan out the dialogue and the more intricate details of the scene, and then we're going to have to work on the first person logic and stuff. But I want to get that first game out probably in like July time. I think it's doable, and then we'll get the survival horror game out for October, November. So I'm going to have to work hard before the PS5 comes out, and then all the other projects will be from the PS5 onwards, really. Nice to see you working on other projects. I think sticking to just one project exclusively can cause some form of cabin fever. Yeah, probably. It becomes like your baby, you know. But that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm making like single levels. So I've already made one horror level, and I made one short animation. So I had a plan to make a few more short animations and a few more single levels, so that I'm doing different genres, and the main idea was just to improve my skills and get used to the tools and all that kind of thing. But when it comes to the games, I'm going to take my time on those, so yeah, I'll try and get at least a new level out every month. But a game, I'm probably going to have like aim for 2 games a year. It sounds like a lot. Most people would spend a year, maybe more, making a game, but I think I can do it. So we'll just see how that goes. So thanks for tuning into the stream today, guys. I'm going to have to go get ready to go back to work, unfortunately. But there's not going to be a stream on Saturday. I'm going to do it tomorrow instead, because I'm busy on the weekend. So tomorrow we'll play some new levels, and some levels that I missed yesterday. So if you have anything that you want to send me, anything that you want me to play tomorrow, just send it to LB Animation, and I'll add it to my play later list. So until then, I'll see you guys perhaps tomorrow. Right, so take care, enjoy the rest of your day, have fun, and I'll see you later. Bye.